Welcome back to another episode of the Baldie Locs podcast. I'm Twilla Amin.
I'm Dion Lack. If you are wondering which one is the baldy one and which one has locks, you are in for a treat because we are fans of Tupac. I couldn't do the same rhyme.
That's what you got?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really impressive if you had locks up under that cap.
Like Sway?
Yeah, just...
Yep. It'd be funny if you was bald up under there. This whole time.
Just take this off, lace
I do feel sorry for women who had luscious hair and then something happened with alopecia or some sort of cancer that has altered their entire look.
Yeah, that's such a transition for you not to have control of, for you to just have to go with the flow on. But I feel the same way about men. I feel like when men who had the deep waves all of a sudden have to deal
it's more acceptable though.
It's acceptable, but y'all have a hard time accepting. Dion, you had a moment.
I did.
You didn't want to accept.
Well, did you say it? Did you know me with hair?
Yeah. I knew you with locks. Mm-hmm. And then when you cut your locks, you had I had a little
tiny fro.
A little tiny fro for a little bit. You had a TWA. Mm-hmm. And
then I shaved it down. Then I was keeping it low for a long time.
And then she didn't want to.
Yeah, it did, and then just the spots were.
Yeah.
A little grid was showing this thing.
But yeah, it was in spots. So yours was kind of weird. It wasn't.
It's still weird. I have a hairline.
Right.
My brother has a hairline. Mm-hmm. My dad has a hairline.
So do you think yours is alopecia?
I think the locks has really ruined my hair. The person who did it. Wow. I need to break her fingers.
Ooh.
She ruined my life. I could still have a head full of hair right now.
Yeah, because your dad and your brother.
Yeah.
Did your mom still have? Because it's on your mom's side, but.
All the men that are on my mother's side, my grandfather definitely was bald. Mm-hmm. But my cousins on my mom's side, they all have their hair.
But your mom, was her hair ever thinning? You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She cut her hair short after a while.
Yeah. I know my mom always had thick hair, and she'll say she feels like her hair is thinning or certain things, but she'll attribute it to medicine. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to go through that stage of my hair thinning because mom and I always had the same thick hair. So we'll see what that's like.
It's weird. How does your hair turn gray? It's from the same pore of black, but it's just kind of I can't even create color no more.
I don't want it no more.
I can't create color.
Y'all stressing me out. I don't even have time to do this.
It's and then after a while, it's I can't even grow no more.
I can't want it.
I'm here. I'm a pore. Mm-hmm. But I'm not even gonna grow no more. You might see a very thin version of me, but you bald. There should be a way you can activate your hair.
Like this?
Hey, there's a root here. Mm-hmm. There should be a way to activate it. Be able to activate it, right?
I'm sure there is. You get some little electro something stimulus going.
We need to study hair.
Or have the right amount of money. I feel like there's so many treatments if you have money that the rest of us just don't know about. Mm-hmm. Or, if insurance can't cover it, then we can't cover it,
Yeah. I've seen people who got the hair transplant and then come to hair and beard and just a bunch of dots on their face or their head. And it's I see what you try to do and I don't like it.
Does it, but once it grows out, it still looks like a lot of dots or?
Well, it's you see this right here, the speakers of this. Mm-hmm. It looks like that, like a perfect grid of dots. So it's kind of like a tattoo.
Yeah.
But it's also they're also simulating the hair to grow. like to come back. And then it's like, if it comes back, you can kind of hide
the grit.
Right, the grid, because now your scalp is not so transparent. You can't see through this.
Right. But if it don't work, you just stuck with
a bunch of dots.
Ew.
Yeah.
I want y'all to follow Dr. Truesdale on Instagram, because this man, he's a black plastic surgeon based in Beverly Hills. And I'm saying this because when y'all start seeing me age 55 looking age 35, just know I went to Dr. Truesdale. But like the work that he does is so like, you look at people and you just be like, oh, they look really good. Not like, ooh, she got work done. Like that type of thing. And it's just like natural. Or like if he does, like, for example, somebody's nose is not looking like they don't love themselves and they tried to completely alter who they were. It's just like a natural whatever. And the only reason other than like the eventual this and this is like, I have like heavy lids, and I know like the older you get, the more like the lids, the moon, whatever, the hooded lid, so it starts to hang a little bit more. So I'm definitely going to be like, hey, Dr. Truesdale, just do that real quick so I can start opening my eye.
So take your glasses off. Let me know what you wanted to be done.
Okay. See my face? Mm-hmm. So right here is like the hooded fat of my eye. Mm-hmm. And the older you get, the more hooded it becomes. And this is like on both eyes. And so like it starts to sag more. It relaxes more. So it just will be like a slight incision to take some of that out and to lift the lid. Mm-hmm. That's all I really want.
Yep.
This is future me knowing like possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you know this?
Because I look just like my dad, and my dad has the same hooded.
He got lids. You ever lifted up his lids and it's like different skin color or something?
No. Now him would annoy him.
No,
I said now I'm going to annoy him and do
it back.
Yeah.
This is your original skin color, Dad?
That's where we started. It's funny, like certain things, like these little moles on my face, I get from my dad as well. And like I remember at one point he was just like, yeah, you could just use a razor and take that off. And I was like, that seems painful. But he's like, I do it.
He did it? He had on the moles in his face?
He still has some, but not like nearly as many. Like I feel I gotten used to it, but there was a point in time, you see pictures, I had nothing. Like, and then I guess my late 20s, early 30s, they just started appearing on my face. And I'm like, what's really happening? What's really going on?
Wicked.
Right. I might get those removed too. I'm gonna have fun.
Have fun. You know what's terrifying is surgery is a practice, and things can go wrong.
Right.
And I'm not wishing it on anybody, but it's like even like celebrities who has paid top dollars, it's like something's off.
Yeah.
With this, and it's like, I see what you tried to do, and it's like something didn't work. And they're like, we got to go back in and try this again. But now you already got cuts on your face or your chin. Have you seen Zac Efron recently? Mm-hmm. So I did the research, but he early in his career he broke his chin.
Ouch.
He broke his chin or something.
Your chin.
Yeah, like it was like kind of sunk in. And he finally got it fixed, and now his jaw is like out more. Oh. And he just looks totally different. And I was like, man, what type of surgery is that? But I don't know if he used that as an excuse, like I finally got my jaw fixed, or if he's like, I didn't like how I was looking because my chin was pointy, and I wanted to kind of look like a man. And pull it out some more. Now his face is more square versus pointy.
I don't think he looks. I mean, he looks slightly different. He was always like he always looked like a doll. Like he looked like he was created in a factory to me all the time. Like I was like, this kid is just pretty. But now, I think it's something that's maybe like you said, trying to look more more handsome versus pretty. He always had that look. Yeah. I can't remember what the channel is. It's like a YouTube channel, that goes through and takes like your favorite celebrities and like compares like before and after and talk about like the work that you could tell that they had. And it's like even the people that you just think it's like, oh, she's just naturally beautiful. Like they'll be like, well, we think what happened is like they won't say 100%, but they'll say what looks like a little cheek filler here and a little lip thing here, and you're just like, really? Like, I think the ones that almost is surprising are like Kelly Rowland or Zoe Kravitz, like how they just take, you just think, well, you know, Zoe has beautiful parents, so of course she looks beautiful. But they were like, no, you could tell here she had a little reduction here on her nose, and you're like, wow. First of all, who studies these people that closely? Like, I just...
Well, I mean, artist.
I guess so.
Like, as an artist, because I'm an artist, I draw, you kind of can see something's off with somebody. If you look at them for a whole movie, a whole TV show, watch this person grow up, and then after a while, you're like, something's off. Like, I've been watching this person. I've been studying this face, not on purpose, but I just this person been in my living room for X amount of years.
Yeah,
something's off, and it's like I've seen so many movies, so many TV shows. Like what's that woman's name? Helen Hunt. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I used to love the movie. Was it Twister? She was in Twister.
Was it Twister?
I think she was in Twister. What movie do you know Helen Hunt in?
I remember Helen Hunt from Mad About You.
Okay, I can see that. But I seen her in this movie called, I think it's called something like Squatters or See Me or something like that. And I was like, what happened? And I think people, when you're a heartthrob for so long, like people call you attractive.
Right.
You're beautiful, you're sexy. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody say, oh, no, what's happening to her face? What's happening to her? Look at her neck. They're like, I can't. I gotta.
Yeah.
I gotta fix this before it gets too.
Oh my.
Yeah. You see a difference?
This is rude.
Yeah. She's like a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
She pulled all that skin back.
Yeah. I think like there's nothing. Our society might just be coming to a place where you can appreciate people aging gracefully or aging. But even in aging, it's like this idea that you have to age gracefully.
Right.
And, like that's not always what it looks like for everyone. Or you might not be able to afford the weekly facials and the estheticians and the treatments for like your skin maintenance. So, and you drink water, but you might drink water and exercise, but that's still not necessarily enough depending on your genetics. So then when you especially I think as a black woman, and if you don't look like you're 30 when you're 50, like that it's kind of hard to accept because we're all like black don't crack and this and that. So it's kind of like let's give it a little grace and understand that there's a blessing in getting older. And like, while I necessarily will get Botox and those other things, I'm saying that there's beauty in aging and like a blessing in being like your age.
The last headshots we took, this is my first time seeing my face age because I'm so stuck on, when you see a headshot, you be like, oh, this is how I look. Like the last headshots I took was 2000 or 2001. And now 2024 comes. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to see that I look different.
Matured.
Right. I've seen a little bit more wrinkles when I smile because you're so stuck on how you used to look. And then now you live in life still thinking like, this is how I look.
Because you feel the same.
Yeah. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your spirit's the same.
Right. And
you like looking at them. And I think because I get my pictures done pretty much annually because my best friend is my photographer as well. Does magnificent pictures, by the way. If you don't know that Dion Lack takes excellent pictures, he does.
I receive it.
He does.
I take it.
And so I remember when it got to a point where I was like, ooh, not only am I gaining weight, I'm getting older. Like, it's just like, who is this woman? And then so I would be like slow to post stuff. And Dion's like, why haven't you posted this picture? And I'm like, Because I'm dealing.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with the
My
truth right now.
But the thing is, you're the person who edits it, so you can just easily edit it yourself.
I know. My sister's looking for me. Let me text her.
You was supposed to be doing something with her?
Yes. We're having a writing session today.
Oh, dang, yo. Got you, homie.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
Failed.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, do y'all suffer from getting old, Fresco? LaShonda, do you see the effects of your age happening in real time? It does suck when like if any of you guys struggle with your weight, excuse me, if any of you guys suffer from your weight, it does suck when you see a younger version of you, and then you were like, man, at that time I thought I was fat.
Man, listen.
I thought I was fat. I would love to get back to that size.
Listen.
Yeah.
There's so many stages of that too.
Yeah.
Like, I think the very first recognition I had of that, I thought I was fat starting in middle school because I started modeling and stuff when I was like 11. And, you know, being told that you need to lose weight as a young girl. I mean, that's when we generally start to hear it anyway. And so I remember taking this picture and I wasn't that confident and I just thought I was fat. And I look back at that thing when I was like 18. I was like, this little girl thought she was fat. But then thinking like at 18, oh my God, I'm so fat. I got to lose weight. And then going back to those pictures and I was just like, what? And then like, so every iteration I recently looked at, and I've been like, you know, currently working out. So I've been journaling and recording a lot of stuff, hopefully to put out soon. But looking at myself at 35 and being like, that's probably when in my adult life, I was the most fit, like between 32 and 35, because I worked consistently to lose weight and get down to a certain size. But I never got to that ideal size. So still thinking I was just, oh my gosh, I was so fat. And then I looked at myself and I was like, not only were you cute, girl, you were like, you had a little shape going on. Look at the legs. Like you just like, you spend so much time wanting to be better and not being where you are and who you are that you don't appreciate what you have. And right now I'd be like, I give you $38,000 to look like that right now.
So specific. What would you rather have? All right. Your size right now, quadrupled, right? Much bigger.
Yeah.
So this, you know, everything comes with that. But eternally, you're the healthiest.
Okay.
Doctor says you have a great body. The caveat is you have to stay this size for 10 years, right? You can't be, I'm just going to do surgery, or I'm just going to lose weight. You got to stay this size for 10 years. Or be extremely thin with a bunch of loose skin that you used to be, and eczema and like psoriasis all over the skin.
Am I healthy?
Your body right now. I'm not saying you're not healthy, but just like your body right now. So if you can say yourself healthy, like all your issues you have in your body, blood, you know, all that stuff, it's all the same right now. But like your body looks great, but you got a bunch of loose skin. You pretty much got to like, do it like it's just loose, and it's like, you know, not lesions, but like spots, and it's like.
But I can't do like surgery.
You can't. You got to keep your same body for 10 years.
So either case, I got to keep the same body.
You got to keep the same body.
You're not giving me much to work with, my guy.
Because, you know, people gonna say, I'll take this and just fix it.
Yeah.
People always gonna say, I'll just fix it.
Yeah, like I was like, either one I feel like is fixable, but to be like, and you have like eczema, which, cool. Psoriasis, I don't know what that is, so that just sounds a little bit more painful than the eczema. And the loose skin, so I can't even wear a bathing suit like that. I want to.
You can. They just gonna see it. People will see it.
But the struggle it is to lose weight, I know it's a struggle, so I might still go with the leaner. But I'm like, but you said I'm healthy.
You're healthy. You're the
Do my
healthiest.
joints hurt?
No, you just healthy. You just
I'm healthy,
you just
but
look
4 times bigger.
just huge. You know your weight, just quadruple that. So, you know, you might probably get some brand deals of being a plus size model. But at the same
Is
time,
my weight gonna fall in the right places? Because here's my issue. Here's my issue, because you brought up plus size models. Plus size models be like curvy in all the right places.
right places, yeah.
Snatched bellies, huge hips,
Big breasts, big booty.
yeah, and it don't work that way for me. It's the complete opposite for me, and I just be like, yo. So if you were like, the weight falls to your booty, you are shaped just right, I might consider the quadruple size just to know what that's like.
Just know what it's like. Oh, so that's what it felt like when I sit down? This is how I'm sitting up. This is why my posture's so bad.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
That's so funny.
Oh gosh.
What's funny is who uses their BBL for evil? As in, like, I want you to take the fat out of my stomach, put it in my ankles. I want cankles.
I want cankles.
Like, what? People don't usually get that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just put it right here in my.
Put it in my neck.
I need that double. I need that double action. Triple if you can.
Yeah, shake that thing.
Put it right there.
Yeah.
Just. You said use it for evil.
Use it for evil. like
somebody. It has to be like. It would have to be somebody who is sick of the attention and people not appreciate it. Like only putting their value on her looks. That she's just like, you know what? I'm going to show them all. Like, I am an intelligent woman, and you will not base my worth on my looks. This sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just get prosthetics?
Just prove
You
your
like,
point. Like, why? It's like, hey, instead of putting it in my butt, put it right up under my titties as a man. Up under. I want that mug to sit up.
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Wicked
That's
work.
a movie.
Wicked.
That is such a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dion, and if y'all talked about
You still got Helen Hunt up. You're wild.
Let me put that down. I'm gonna show him, Dr. Truth, that I don't want this. This is what I don't want.
And she got the money to fix it, but she's
Right.
like, I messed up.
I love the movie Cats. I want to look like that. You and Chaz might have talked about this, so I apologize if y'all did. But have you watched part of the debate, right?
Yes.
The presidential debate. It's whenever it was. It's relevant because the presidential elections are coming up. And I really didn't want to have to talk about the presidential elections this year. But it seems like I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Okay?
You have a lot of thoughts on this, and I'm surprised your timeline's not going crazy on it.
Because I've been trying to chill. Like, I really was like...
There's no need to chill, yo.
I've been like,
It's
hey,
important.
Twills, like, America's going to do what it do, so don't raise your blood pressure for that. But now I'm like, okay, America's going to do what it do, but, like, if we can, like, slow it down, it would be helpful, right? And so, like, Biden and Trump, we got two old white men running for office. Neither one of them are currently fit to go into that role. But this is where we are. And it's people, I know, so I had this thought. This is why it's coming to me. So I had this thought about how, like, a lot of young people are just like, I'm just not going to vote. I don't see the point in voting. This is not a new school of thought, but especially this time where, like, it just seems like both the candidates are trash, right? And then we see that the Supreme Court is passing laws or passing rulings that can be pretty detrimental to our country and to, like, rights. You got presidential overstep, like, pretty much the Supreme Court, if you're not aware, was like, a president cannot be tried for their actions in an official capacity. Which is a terrifying thought. And then you have, like, of course, we had Roe v. Wade overturned. Just all these rulings, right? And then you start to understand why it is important to have the right president in place, because the president makes these appoints the people in Supreme Court. Right. then you have like this underlying conversation that's just now coming to the surface, which is like about Project 2025. And if you're not familiar, it's just like a policy that ultra conservatives, starting with the Heritage Foundation, wants to put in place so that they can fast track an agenda to get their school of thoughts, their beliefs across the board done. And it might seem harmless, but until you really start reading like all the things that they're trying to do your research. I thought it was fake, and then I had to look it up myself, and I said, oh, these folks are for real. Anyway, we're here with these two old presidents, and we have all these young people saying, what's the point in voting? It just doesn't make sense. And I really got sad about that thought, because you think about like the most change that's ever impacted or affected a country has all been done by young people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we think about the civil rights movements. Those people were
20s,
teens and 20s. You think about the protests against Vietnam. You think about even recently with the protests with George Floyd, like it's a lot of young people who are able to protest. Even recently when it comes to wherever you feel about it, either way you fall on the Israeli-Palestinian issue, like that has been young people leading that forefront. And that's one, because they can afford to lose stuff. We get to an established spot and you're like, I'm afraid to speak because I might lose my job and I need this money. But even the founding fathers, like if you look at their ages, they're like between 18 and no older than like 36. Like that's the ages of the founding fathers. So it's like, hey, young people, like if you're really unhappy and you're really disinterested in what's going on in our government, you really, really, really do have the voice. And I don't know how to like activate that portal. Like I think Gen Z is going to be good because Gen Z has something to say and they say what they mean. But I also feel like, hey, inaction is not what's going to get stuff. You know, by not voting, you're helping perpetuate a system that's going to work against you and that's going to make you have to fight harder. So like, how do you activate like that young base and be like, get to it, young people, this is your turn? And I think about this because I think me and Kaylee had this conversation about like why kids are disinterested and not recognizing that they actually have the power to do so. Let's see. Fresco Black says, the Electoral College gave me all the reason I need not to vote. How is somebody else voting for my vote that's already a vote? And that's stuff that we can actually argue against. Like that's something we can fight against. Like the Electoral College should not be a thing. That was in place to make sure that certain people's votes did not matter. And for me personally, and I think this has been stated and feel the way you say it, like, yeah, we have an Electoral College, but if our votes really weren't that important, then when our forefathers were out there trying to get the vote, they wouldn't have been hosing us down and trying to kill us and do all the stuff at the ballot box that they were doing to keep our vote from mattering. Like if we show up in the amount of droves, our vote really does do something. We've seen it go wrong. We've seen it, you know, like, and that's why they also do a lot to like change districts. There's a lot of gerrymandering so they can like scoop us out and not put our votes in certain regions. Like it's a whole, the system is evil. It works.
What is your suggestion
for the kiddies?
Your thought. This is your thought.
Well, that was like ultimately my question. Like, how do we activate the young base? We've seen things like back in our day, which was like rock the vote, and like you had the MTV people, and they were getting people registered to vote, and hey, young people, your vote really matters. And I think that the people that we're seeing say that now are the same people that were saying it when we were young. I don't see any necessarily new blood. Like even like Cardi was big last electoral season. Like, hey, these are the reasons we need to vote. And now she's also like, I don't know. I don't know that this thing works for us. So people are jaded. And I think it's almost like education, but you're not going to get that education in school because we see like they don't want anybody to know stuff that's revolutionary. Like you're not going to say all these movements were led by kids. So I think part of it is adults talking to the youth, like talking to your daughters and saying, hey, I really need to know how much power you have, like how much change that you can affect, and having those real conversations. We're not going to church in numbers like that, so it's not coming from our church base. Social media, but like the presidential social media is cringe. And it's like, so it really is like, I don't know, you have to look to young leaders to kind of guide that way. And I'm not sure.
Right now, you're just pointing out an issue, but you don't have any suggestions.
I don't. That's my question. That's a genuine question.
I don't know.
How would you have teenagers, how would you activate them? This is a question.
You have to make that adjustment. Because right now you're saying you guys are doing something wrong. You guys are doing like, what? Help us. What do you think we should do? I don't know. You guys are young people. That's what I'm
saying. I know the answer is for them to get involved, to vote, to organize, to protest.
How would you make it interesting?
I'm saying like,
because they're looking at it as like that's an adult issue. That's y'all's problem, right? But it's not.
Right.
It's our problem, right? So.
And theirs, because it's going to be left to them. They're going to inherit this dusty place.
Right. So what do you suggest? You are the creator of this. What would you suggest? You can't say it's up to them.
Several thoughts just came from that. I'm like, other than getting involved, I don't know how else is the answer. Like, hey, kids, you really need to like learn. Let's gather and learn about like this system and how revolution happens. Let's study other countries where revolution is the norm. Like France will protest, and France will protest dirty. Like that's one thing need to know about French people. They've gone through like 7 or 8 different revolutions, and just show like your actions. I don't know if it's either media and saying like, hey, this was a protest led by young people. They were unhappy with this, and this is what you see. Like if it has to be like quick results, social media videos of saying like over history, this is what young people have done. Like if that's a whole campaign in itself to reach those young people to motivate. But I'm asking you I brought this issue up to ask you or ask people in general, because I don't have kids. I don't talk to kids on the regularly. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I also feel like there's a gap there. Mm-hmm. So with you having the experience saying, like, I know that they have the power. What to you seems effective in talking to kids? That's part of my question.
It's hard to talk about this situation because a lot of adults are not interested in this as well. Mm-hmm. It's embarrassing. Because these are adults. These are people that's before us. That's like, it sucks because a lot of the tactics that happen in the 50s and 60s and 70s don't work no more.
Right.
The protesting really don't do anything.
Right.
It's disruptive, sure, but mm-hmm. it's not causing any sort of changes.
Because it has to go beyond protest.
Yes. And the rah-rah-rahs not doing anything. We're such a one-size-fit-all democracy that we just want things to be familiar. Like, there's no reason why Joe Biden should have a second term. There's no reason why Donald Trump should be able to vote. Should be able to run. A second, right. So it's just like it's hard to explain this. It's like this is a terrible situation we're in, and it's like, how can I motivate the kids when I'm upset with this?
Right.
It's like you're trying to convince your abusive drug addict son, hey, my son is the best person for the job, and this is why you should hire him. And it's like, do you see what we saw?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but trust me, it's for the future. He'd be great for the future. Please vote for him. Like, please make him, trust this person. So it's hard to say that. So it's like, because you got to go a different route. You got to figure out the pros and the cons and just stick with the pros and just ignore the cons, and because they're going to have a bunch of rebuttals of why I'm not voting, why I don't care about this.
Right.
But you have to stick with the pros exclusively, just like any other politician. You gotta know how to pivot.
Right.
So now we gotta pretty much study. You gotta study all the stuff that, and this is the issue when it comes to Democrats. They keep attacking Donald Trump versus talking about the good they have done for the people. And it's not a great tactic. It's like Donald Trump is like, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do this for the people. This doesn't work for the Democrats, and this is how they failed. The Democrats just keep saying,
but Donald
Trump is a
Yeah.
convict. He is the worst.
Yeah, they're not
And it's
talking
like,
about
just keep focusing on the things that you've done.
Yeah. And you know what? This is the fully revolutionary twist. I'd be like, if the system don't work, burn it down, right? That's always been my full thought. Like, if it was like, it's time for a revolution, that's absolutely scary thoughts. Like, how does that even look? How does that work? How do we come to an agenda that works for everyone? I don't know, but I just know something isn't working in the system, and it hasn't worked for a very long time. And for those that it has worked for, it hasn't been people that look like me, like it hasn't necessarily been for women or for people of color. So I'm like, we live and we operate in a broken system. So also parts of my thought is like, hey, if we don't like it, let's fight against it. And I know that's a scary thought.
Yeah, but it's a minority. It's like a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
A lot of people benefit from it. But you can't say we.
I don't think it always starts, though, from a revolution doesn't always... It starts with a majority of people being unhappy. But then it's the minority that's willing to do something about it that takes the power and the control.
Yeah, money enters the chat and then people get quiet.
Right.
And it's like, hey, I don't like it here. To give you an example of this apartment. I don't like this apartment, man. The plumbing sucks. I'm here knocking upstairs. Got roaches. My door doesn't work a lot of the time. My key code don't work a lot of the time. They was like, all right, we'll reduce your rate down to $600 a month. You'd be like, all right. Like, money will shut you up.
Right, 100%.
And it's like, okay, we'll give you guys a grace. We'll give you 6 months for free. But okay, I guess I can settle for that until we figure things out, make things right. So you can say I hate this all they want, but then it just shut you up with some sort of money. And then a lot of powerful people were just like, hey, I'll donate some money to your organization.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
I'm benefiting from this.
Right.
You're not happy, but I'm benefiting for it. I heard I seen a study that said there's no more middle class. It's just the poor and now the rich, because the rich are getting more wealthy.
Yeah.
And they're pushing more people down to a poor lower class, and which is terrifying.
And it takes more money to, you can make up to a higher amount of money and still be within that poor class. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, we can say as a minority and as an inferior group of people.
Perceived inferior.
As in, like, we're not a part of this tax bracket. We're not a part of this, class. It's hard to say, you guys need to start doing this. You guys need to start doing this. And then once your life changes and now you're part of that class.
Yeah. And
you start to see the benefits of why, you get certain tax breaks and how you can kind of beat the system and how you can kind of like pretty much take advantage of the poor. And it's like, who do we need to talk to? We got to just vote for blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Make sure you vote yes on code we
measure whatever,
right.
whatever.
And it's like, this is how it happens, man. Money will change
Yeah.
a lot of people's perspectives, man.
Yeah.
And
And
we
that's
all
a tale as old as time, though. Like,
right.
that's always been the case. Revolution has always been scary. It's never been easy. Money has always been the thing that motivates people, changes people, get people to turn on their other people. Like, it's not necessarily like, and obviously I'm not leading the movement because I'm not here to do it. I'm like, it's just easier to save my money, follow the tax deduction codes of the rich so I can at least keep some of my money, or say like, it's also a privilege to be like, or I'm gonna move to another country. Like that for sure is another privilege that you have, that people, to just say that's the easier option. And I'm not, like, it's just, I don't know. I just look and see where we are as a country. As sometimes it feels like the writing's on the wall, and the truth of the matter is, like, there's voting on the local level, there's voting on the state level that doesn't necessarily involve the electorate, that does go more so into a popular vote. There's certain and that impacts your everyday life. So those are levels that you can move on there. But I get it. Like, that's part of the reason where I haven't been as vocal, because I'm like, I get it. I'm jaded. It's hard. Like, I'm like, we knew good and gosh darn well for a very long time that Joe Biden wasn't up for a second term, and nobody said, let's look for a good replacement. Or, like, people don't like the VP that much, but like, she's a fully capable individual who can actually fulfill a term and do something, like, so it's just like, we're here and it sucks. Nobody wants to be here, and it's tiring.
Yeah, I think you have a strong opinion, because every time we do a podcast, you always bring this up. I can't say always. A lot of the times you bring this up, and I really wish you will kind of muster up the courage to put this on Instagram. I wish you would have some sort of issue and solution, resolution.
And that's the thing. I don't have
Well,
a resolution.
at least ask the people.
I can flag, and I see the issues. I see the writing. I read. It's just like one of those frustrating situations. So like, when somebody says like, I don't vote, or I'm not going to vote, I'm like, I fully understand your reasoning for not voting. And it's hard for me. And if you've made up your mind because you feel like your vote doesn't count, like, that's the thing I think I'm learning recently. When people have made up their mind, there's not going to be too much that I can say that changes their minds. I'll keep talking, but I also know, like, that point of view is also valid. Like, I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm saying, hey, we're running. There's a train coming at us, and we were on the track for collision. We either got to, like, call that train to stop, or we just got to get off path. Like, we got to do something. Like, inaction.
That's what they're doing. They're getting off the path. They're not voting.
No, I feel like they're just not doing anything, because that train is going to hit them. If you don't vote, the system impacts you.
Right.
So you're not getting off the path. You're just letting the train come hit you.
I think with your analogy is, you're on this track. We're on this ride together. Either we have to slow down and go a different direction,
right?
Or tell the other party to slow down, stop, because we're colliding.
Right.
We're two parties about to collide.
Right.
So, but it's not like you're on an island. You are on this track as well. So it's like, either we have to go with the flow with the other train, stop, and then go this direction so we don't kill ourselves, or we got to be like, hey, stop, and we got to, like, where are we going to meet together to go somewhere else?
Right.
But yeah,
I'm finna hop off the train, go to another country, and deal with their issues in the other country, because every country got issues.
And you're gonna allow the racist white folks to win. Go back to Africa.
Alrighty, bye.
Yeah.
My parents called me, because most people know my parents are moving to Ghana to enjoy the retired life. And I told my parents, like, I think I'm interested in at least buying and investing some land there. I told my mom the other day, you know, it could be like LTE 0.3. We're going to have a podcast studio or whatever in Ghana, you know, additional income. But at the same time, like, so having that conversation, and my mom called and she was like, yeah, so there's some farmland that's going for like 500 an acre. I said, an acre? An acre? Where is this farm? Because my thing is also, if I'm buying land somewhere in a country I don't know, I want to be really close to my parents. That's my thing. And my mom was like, I have to, when we get there, we'll look at it. She was like, it might be an hour and a half. And I was like, that's too far. I'm not trying to be a full hour and a half away from y'all. But like the idea that you could like buy land for $500 that you can develop or something like that, it's just like, it's not a bad idea to invest in someplace else. Even just to diversify your funds, if you have no intentions of moving somewhere else. I was just like, that sounds like a deal. A full acre? Just to hang.
All right.
Yep. Any other thoughts that you have today? I have lots of other thoughts.
I see. I don't know why you're not making these clips. These are great clips for your Instagram right now. Because you have strong thoughts that I'm just like, man, those are great thoughts, Twills. I have nothing.
Well, when you see, because you shared with me the thing with Taraji talking about Project 2025 and how the dude broke it down. What were your thoughts around? Did you have any thoughts around that?
I sent it to you for you to give me, to break it down for me. I was like, hopefully Twilla can have this discussion. I didn't understand any of it.
I thought you were like, shoot. And I was like, yeah, exactly.
Nope. I had nothing. I was like, maybe when we see each other, we can have this discussion. That's what I'm saying, yo.
Well, yeah, we can have that discussion. We will have that. That's hilarious.
Oh gosh, Twills.
I thought you were sending it to me for a conversation.
Your brain,
piece.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Twilla's brain is incredible. And she sits on gold. She keeps so much valuable information for herself, and it bothers me. If you go to Instagram, I'm her Instagram. She vents to me about all the things that's happening in the world. I'm like, yeah, just post
you're
this.
the only person that appreciates it. 100%.
No, I promise, man.
You are
find
the
your
only
tribe.
person.
You'll find your tribe.
You and your dad were the only person that appreciated my thoughts.
You'll find your tribe, man. I'll be like, I got nothing. Because essentially what you're doing is like exposing people. This is what it's like. Twitter's like, hey, look at this. Flashlight. Oh my God, look at all these issues right here. Look at all these issues. This is a problem. This is a problem. And they be like, what you gonna do about it? Like, I just wanted to point it out. I just wanted to point it out.
Right. That is the other thing though, Dion. Like, I'm with everybody else. Like, I'm a person that's like, I see the issue. Hey, conductor, help, turn the train around. Help, because I don't know how to drive a train. Help me.
That's your content. I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it.
That's the content. Comment below. Comment below what we should do. People, hey, you should use some Raid. Hey, I have an organization that will allow you to do blah, blah, blah. Come see me. I'm trying to find my tribe too. Hey, maybe we can stump on them. And it's like, these are suggestions.
And that's why I was like, I don't know what to do. How much is this land in Mexico? Let me practice my Spanish. How much is the land in Ghana? Because I see it.
No, you're running. You're like this. He's like, this is a problem. I gotta move. It's like you just signed the lease. Nah, I gotta move.
I see the problem. I don't know what to do.
That's your question.
I've been talking about it for a long time. Nobody has given me a good solution, so I guess I'm peacing out.
You're sick. You're a sick person.
No, I am. Who is it in the Bible? What's his name? When he came to get his nephew Lot, it was like, you gotta go. And these people, Lot was like, but this is where I'm from. And it's like, this place is about to burn. He had to get up out of there while the other place was burning. So I'm just doing what they did in the Bible.
You're a sick person, yo. You're holding valuable information.
I'm sharing it here.
No, man.
I'm sharing it here on Baldie Locs.
Well, at least.
What is we doing right now?
At least take this clip, this very crooked camera clip, and post this on Instagram so people can see.
That part.
What?
Because I straighten the stuff up on the thing.
Yeah, it's being silly. Obviously, your shoulder is hanging out. I don't even know why. And it's more of me.
You are
I haven't done anything.
You're man spread it across this sofa.
Now what changes?
Now look at this.
Stop it. You blaming it on me now? You set the camera up.
I
Your
scooted it
your
over.
whole entire shoulder was off.
I made this. The sofa is central to the sofa.
You set up all this.
The camera is central to the sofa. Dion, you were like this.
That has nothing to do
with everything.
Your entire
with
shoulder was off.
everything. You know what? You can set it up next time.
I know I can. I usually do.
Lies. Y'all don't let him do this because this was an actual deal that he said that we couldn't do our podcast anymore if I didn't do the work. So for the past year and a half, I've been doing everything.
And complaining every single time. Every time she set up is always something that she has to fix. Oh my God, I don't know where's the battery at? Oh my God, what's on the this SD card?
Right,
well, how do you want the lights right here? I don't know how to fix this. Can you?
I'd be like, Dion be like, hey, before you do this, I'm like, hell no, I got this. Let me set this up. Let me break this down. Don't listen to him. Y'all. All right. Y'all, I deal with some stuff. Don't deal with him.
As you say it off camera, as you say it off of your mic.
Don't deal with him.
Get off my earphone. All right. I do have a top 10 list, but it's on my computer.
Right here?
Yeah.
That we're looking at?
Yeah.
Why would you bring it up?
Huh? I want to give it to you. I want to see if you can answer it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if you can guess.
Got you.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 unhealthiest snacks.
Why are we here?
Top 10 unhealthiest snacks.
Donuts. That's one?
Sure. It's not.
Potato chips.
Okay. That's number one.
Potato chips is number one?
Potato chips is number one.
Snacks. Not brands, just snacks in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like a candy bar, chocolate candy bars.
No.
Huh. Crackers.
Nope. Think about actual brands.
Think about the brands. Doritos.
Yep, Doritos is not on here.
Dang it. M&M's.
Nope.
How am I so bad at this? Arizona sweet tea. Yep.
That is an unhealthy drink.
That's an unhealthy drink, not an unhealthy snack. Okay. All right. I got this. French fries.
Think about things that's cheap. Dollar store. It's in a lot of people's cabinets. And the thing is, sadly.
It's in my cabinet?
Yep. Sadly, these are things that are. I've seen you. It's not a jab. This is things that you eat all the time.
Protein bars? Protein bars?
No. Oh yeah, they are.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What type of protein bars?
Are you trying to look at the list?
No, I'm trying to not be off. I'm trying to still be here.
Okay. All right.
Nutri-Grain bars.
Cliff bars are number 9.
Oh, I don't eat those.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. Give me the list.
You ready?
Yeah, give me the list.
Number 1, potato chips. Number 2, Oreos.
I love Oreos. I haven't had them in a long time, but
Number
I love them.
3, Nutella.
That's rude.
Number 4, Pop-Tarts.
I don't like them joints.
Number 5, Twinkies. Number 6, Cheetos.
Yeah, I like those.
Number 7, Hot Pockets.
That's not a snack, though. Like, if you're eating a Hot Pocket for a snack, that's a problem anyway. That's a meal.
It's a problem. I don't know why it is a problem. As in why you eating as a snack.
Right.
Number 8, overall Reckenbacher.
The popcorn, the oval
microwave, yes, microwave popcorn.
I could have guessed that.
Yep. 9, Cliff bars.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Gummies
People
in general.
Just gummies.
Fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks.
The worst.
So because of the whole like Orville, I think I read recently about popcorn just not being, especially microwave popcorn not being great. So recently I just bought a bag of kernels and I was like, I could pop this mess at home by myself and know what's in it. Unfortunately, I haven't opened the thing yet, but my intent is to not do. I haven't done microwave popcorn in a while. So yeah. For those reasons, good list.
There it is.
Who said that?
This is according to New York Post.
Take it.
I'm sorry. This is according to Watch Mojo.
Watch Mojo.
Yep. There's another one for drinks. Would you want to do drinks or no? I'm going to save it.
Let's save it because I'm...
You sad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I just know sparkling water better not be up there. Because that is my go-to drink. Sparkling water.
Okay. Well,
it's been great with y'all.
Yeah. Twilly got to go. Twilly got to go.
I'm running late.
Mm-hmm.
I'm late.
All right, yo.
You know what it's from?
I'm late.
Yeah. She's like, I'm late. It's from Music Soul Child's first album. Like, it was an interlude. She was like, I'm late. Okay. No, I'm late. I don't know why I remember that. The way she said it.
Wow. That was such a very specific. Yeah, I thought you were saying movie.
Nope.
I'm late.
I remember record interludes pretty well. I don't know. Better than I do movies. I don't know. Yeah, why is this camera so crooked?
Hey, yo, me.
Hey, me.
Hold on, man. I got this dog. Hold on, I got this dog. Hey, yo, me.
Hey, me.
Hey, yo, man, come on, chill out, man. Hey, yo, Mimi, you here? Hey, yo, chill out, dog. I got this, bro.
I got a man. I'm gonna love him.
Nope.
It wasn't before that one?
Nope.
Was it after that one?
It was before Love Is Blind.
That's right.
Because he was like, I remember he was like, what you got my son out here? It's like, dog, let me tell you, dog. You call me a dog? And then, what wait. Anyway.
Oh,
all right, y'all.
Man.
Thank you guys so much for watching an episode of Baldie Locs. I am Dion Lack.
I'm Twilla Amin.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us your favorite part of this particular podcast. If you have any thoughts on Twilla's stance of nothing.
It's a stance of terror.
Yep.
Twilla's stance of terror. Are we packing up or are we activating the youth? What should we do?